welcome everybody to the third B2B Talks event. But I would like to start with saying thank you to the people that are helping us to get you all drunk. It's the first event that we have Octopost as a beer sponsor of this event. The Octopus team, please raise your hand. Okay, they're over here. If you are interested in getting leads and tracking them in social media, especially on LinkedIn, these are the guys you need to buy the platform from. I will not say that these are the guys you need to talk with because we are here as well. Octopus is a company we're working with for a very long time, for more than a year now, and they power almost all of our social media, social selling operation that we are, and services we are offering to clients. Some of our clients also, and also some of the people here in this panel use this tool also for their internal marketing teams. So if you are serious about getting business out of social media, you should check out Octopost. We will send you, first of all, you got in the invitation emails a link to their website. We will also send you, after this event, a link again to a landing page with all the information. My name is Kfir Pravda. I'm the CEO of Pravda Media Group. We are hosting this event with one simple goal. We want to get B2B marketers to know each other, share knowledge, also learn from each other's experience. The goal of this series of events is to basically create a community and to help you guys to reach out to your peers. We're soon going to also launch a website that will include all the content from these events. We are recording everything on video here. And the goal of these events is also, on top of you guys knowing each other, is, of course, to provide valuable content. And what we are trying to do with each panel is to bring good and smart people that are in the trenches, that are facing the challenges that you guys might face either today or tomorrow, and get them to share their experience. There is also another important goal for these events, and is to drink beer. So that's why we are happy that we have Octopost on board, and that's why we are keeping them in this bar. Just a couple of words about Pravda Media Group. We are a B2B digital marketing company. We are providing inbound, outbound services. NICE is also a disclaimer. NICE is also a client of ours, and Yaniv is the VP marketing of NICE. And we are working with, as we said, with Octopost, with marketing automation. We have content writers that work on creating content for our clients and also distributing this content over different channels. And at the end, of course, bringing in either leads or awareness. But we are here not to talk about us. We are here to talk about you guys. And the title of this event is How to Scale Your Marketing Organization. And we try to bring the right people to talk about it. So first of all, let me introduce the people here on the panel. To my right is Ledergor, Head of Marketing of, how do you say the company name?
Yotpo.
I thought it was a curse in Russian, but it's not. And he will in a second tell us a bit more about the company. Daniella Alpher is the VP Marketing of CoolaData. And Yaniv Zuckerman, as we said, is the VP Global Marketing of NICE Systems. There is one important difference between the three people here on stage. Besides the amazingly beautiful T-shirt that Udi has, it's an online discussion that we had on Facebook that I asked him to come with this T-shirt. And that's, of course, that each of the people here on the panel has a completely different type of company. Yotpo is how many people do you have in your marketing team today?
2.5.
2.5. They are working to recruit the other half as well. Daniella Alpher has a one-man show kind of marketing organization.
One-woman show.
One-woman show. One show. And Yaniv, how many marketing people are in iSystems today?
A bit more. Altogether, my friends will kill me here. Around 80 altogether.
80?
Globally, yes.
Okay. So we have 80, 2.5, and 1 as different marketing organizations. So I would like to start with, first of all, asking you guys, what is the biggest challenge each of you have when you need to scale your marketing organization?
Ladies first.
Thank you. I'm also the smallest company, right? I have two challenges, mostly. The first one is resources. We're a small company. We're past A round, and so we have 2 VCs that finance us. But the marketing budget is very limited, and the focus is on product and on R&D. And so I have to do everything very, very lean. The second challenge is that we're unknown. And so everywhere we go, we start from zero. Of course, it's an opportunity as well when it comes to perception. But people don't know who we are. They have a hard time pronouncing the name of the company. I always have to spell it CoolaData. Charlie, Oscar, Lima, Alpha. It's terrible over the phone. So to start a conversation from that point is a challenge as well. So those are my 2 challenges.
So you probably are thinking, I have no problems, right? 80 people, that's the good life. No problems, large budgets, many people, just sailing into dawn. Well, unfortunately, it's not that simple. The bigger the company, the bigger the problems and the challenges. So first of all, a couple of words about NICE, and just to kind of set the context on the nature of the challenge, and then how it affects marketing. So NICE has grown very, very rapidly in the last, I would say, 10 years. And I'm not only talking about numbers, about revenues and profits and everything. I'm talking about the scope of the activity through internal investments, through acquisitions. Our portfolio has increased in the size at least a couple of folds, 3-4 folds at least. And today, as marketing, we need to support something like 40 different products. And I'm not even getting into the specifics of different modes and capabilities. I'm talking about true products that could provide enough of business for every small to medium-sized company. And most of those products, many of them are relatively new to new types of buyers, new types of decision makers in new markets and new verticals, which means that in many cases we are practically unknown in those businesses as well. The buyers don't know NICE, or if they know NICE, they know us and recognize us in a completely different context. So we need to establish awareness. We need to establish awareness and presence there. We need to reach to those decision makers and to drive the business. So that's a very significant challenge. And when I'm thinking about my own challenge, although again, of course, the budget and the number of people are much higher, the complexity is very, very significant. And when I'm thinking about the complexity, I'm thinking of 4 drivers, the 4 V's. I'm calling them the 4 V's of my complexity. So for those guys in the audience that are dealing with big data, the 4 V's sounds kind of something similar, but those are a little bit of 4 V's, a little bit different. So first of all, the volume. I just mentioned the number of products, the number of countries that we serve. It's like 50 actual countries. You know, by the books, it's 120, but on an ongoing basis, it's dozens of different countries, different languages, different buyers, as I mentioned, different stages in the maturity. The second V is the variety of the challenges that we have. As I said, 40 different products, but different maturity phases, different types of buyers, the needs to deal with new types of technologies, new types of techniques, different languages. The variety is just huge. The third V is the velocity, the pace of change that we face today in the rapidness of the technology, in the expectations. First of all, our own internal expectations and the market expectation to adapt very, very rapidly to new channels, to new techniques, inbound, outbound, content marketing, different types of technologies, and to respond very, very fast. We all think of social media, just think of the immediacy of how fast we need to respond where in the past when we kind of created content and PR activities, we could plan it for months. Today, if you're not there within 5 minutes sometimes, it's not relevant anymore. And the last part is value. And this is the different V. The value, because today it's not enough just to do marketing, just to kind of do the activity and pray that the results will come. Today we need to justify everything. We need to kind of provide the value. We show the value, first of all, internally and also externally, to measure everything, to show the result, and therefore to justify our activities and the investment in all the marketing activities. So all of that comprises of very, very significant challenges for us, and therefore the ability to scale and to cope with this increasing complexity, well, budgets are not increasing, and ad count is not increasing. It's very, very difficult.
I just have to say that volume, variety, and velocity are well-known characteristics of big data, and CoolaData is a big data analytics platform. So whenever I hear those three, I know.
Just want to say is I found a way to plug.
I started my first evening plug, yes.
Okay. One thing I want to say before I dive into the question that Kfir asked is that while I'm here to talk about my significant experience at Yotpo, I've only been there for 2 weeks. So most of the experience I'll be talking about today is from my 5 years at Panaya, where I finished my tenure 2 weeks ago. And there I managed a team of 15, that's 15 people, which is why I'm here to represent the mid-sized companies or the mid-sized marketing teams. So I'll be talking mostly about my experience at Panaya, as significant as the last 2 weeks at Yotpo have been. So to discuss the challenges of scaling my marketing team, I think the two main challenges can be summed up into people and budget. When talking about people, and I'm being very down to earth here, hiring good marketing people who usually we require a native language for, who have significant marketing experience, and I want them to work in Israel, is a challenge. It's a big, big challenge, probably even more of a challenge than hiring native-speaking salespeople or native-speaking support people. Some of those professions are either more popular amongst the new immigrants here. Some of them are easier to train for. Marketing is quite a niche. I remember when I was looking for specifically a Russian-speaking marketing person to manage the Russian-speaking market, to do their marketing programs. It took us months to find the first candidates, and I asked the HR people, I mean, with all the thousands and thousands of Russian immigrants, how could it be so difficult? And they told me, look, we've been talking to the headhunters and to the placement firms, and if you wanted developers, if you wanted pianists, if you wanted doctors, they've got tons of them. But finding someone who speaks native Russian and has significant marketing experience, it's really, really difficult. And I'm sure anyone here who's tried doing that shares that challenge. I won't go into all the solutions because I think that's what the rest of the panel will be talking about. But the second challenge is, of course, getting budget. I think Yaniv touched on that. Today we're being asked to prove the ROI on every marketing investment that we make. It's very difficult to get more money when most of the time we're asking for more money to do at best the same that we were doing last year, if not less, because it does get harder. It does get more difficult, and we need more money to do the same things and bring the same results that we were making last year. But there are ways and tricks around it, so I'm sure we'll get to that soon.
Sure. For us, I have to admit that we have a kind of a super set of the challenges that you guys have, though we don't have 80 people in the company, not yet at least. As a marketing service provider, scalability for us it's all about scalability, right? Because we have to know how to scale. And a lot of the points that you talked about, put aside the name, for us it's very easy. Everybody remembers Pravda. Other things think bad things about the name because it's an old communist newspaper, but it's still a very memorable one. It's the truth, exactly. It's Pravda is truth in Russian. But we do have the same challenges, especially with finding good people. All the people from Pravda Media Group, can you please raise your hand for a second? So the guys that are working for us.
Anyone here not in Pravda?
All the people from Yotpo, how will you say it? Anyway, so I have the first assignment for you in your new position. So basically, one of the things we've done is we are actively approaching Olim Chadashim. We're actually approaching some of the people that are working for our company. We've interviewed over Skype and gave them a job, so they knew that they would have where to go.